Hello everyone, welcome to AJ Fashions and Apparel. Today we'll be learning how to draft and sew pencil skirt with a straight band. Please, if you're interested in watching this, please do well to watch to the end. Like this video and subscribe, and put on your post notification to get notified whenever I upload a new video on this channel. Thank you. So I'm really sorry I have started videoing this. I've recorded the video before I noticed that the chalk was not that visible. So I'll use this paper to illustrate the same thing I did on the fabric. So I drew a starting line on this pattern paper, and this starting line will serve as my waistline. So from that starting line, I will measure my hip point. On the fabric, I used 9 inches for my hip point, but I'm just using this piece of pattern paper to illustrate this. So after measuring my hip point, I will draw a straight line across the 2 points that I had here, which will indicate as my hip point, and I'll go ahead to label this. Also, I will label the waistline. So after that, I'll go ahead to put a label on that center front, which will be unfold. If you are cutting this directly on your fabric or on pattern paper, the center front of your pencil skirt will be unfold. So after that, I'll go ahead to measure my waist circumference divided by 4 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. I'll also take the measurement of my hip circumference divided by 4 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. I'll use the hem of this pattern paper, and it will serve as the hem of my skirt. So whatsoever I have on this hip, I'll minus 2 from it to get what I want, the measurement on the hem of the pencil skirt. Whatsoever, if you have 10 inches on your hip line, you will have 8 inches on the hem of the skirt. So I'll go ahead to connect these points together. I'll connect from the waist to the hip, and also I'll connect from the hip to the hem of the skirt. So after connecting this, I'll make sure I blend the hip part very well. I need curve there. I don't want it to be sharp. So after this, I'll label the length of this pattern paper as the skirt length. So if you want to add that to your skirt, I am not adding that to this, but if you want to add that to your skirt, all you will do is to measure your bust span, which is nipple to nipple, divided by 2 plus 0.5 inches. If your nipple to nipple is 8 inches, divided by 2 will be 4 plus 0.5, you will have 4.5 inches. Because you are going to take in the dart and you are not cutting it up. That is the essence of the 0.5 added to it. So the length of your dart for the front should be around 4 inches. 4 inches, then you mark a straight line on this. Then you open the dart by 0.5 inch on both sides and connect this. You connect this to your dart line. So that is the 2 dart legs there. So but I am not using that for this particular pattern of pencil skirt. So I'll go ahead to cut out this pattern, and on that center front I'll remove 0.5 from it, but before that I'll use this front piece to draft out the back piece before removing that to avoid bulge on the front part. So I have another paper here, another pattern paper which will serve as the back pattern of this pencil skirt pattern. So I'll pin it down so that it will not move. So after pinning it down, the side of this pattern, the side, not the center front, the side will be equal. We will have equal sides with the front and also with the back pattern. We have equal side for this. Then the center front will be where we will have our zipper allowance. So I'll go ahead to trace the side. This side I'll trace it out on the back pattern. So I'll extend this hip line. Yes, I'll extend this hip line because we want to give room for the butt allowance. I want to add butt allowance to this pattern so that when you put it on, your butt will sit comfortably in this pattern. So on the zipper part of the center back, on that waist part, I'll go ahead and take 1 inch for zipper allowance. While on this hip line, I'll take 2 inches for the zipper allowance because we want to give room for the butt to sit while putting on the skirt. And on the hem of the skirt length, we are also going to take 1 inch zipper allowance there. So after that, I'll connect the 3 points together from the waist on the zipper allowance area. From the waist, I'll connect to the hip, and from the hip, I'll connect to the length of the skirt. And I'll blend that curve part, the hip part, I'll blend it well because we need curve there. We don't want it sharp. So that is all about the back piece, about the back pattern. So since this side are equal, we'll go ahead to cut the side, and also we cut the zipper allowance part. So this zipper allowance part and also the side of the skirt, they are looking alike. So this is the center front 0.5 that I said I'm going to take earlier after cutting the back. So I came down from the starting line on the front pattern alone, and I came down by 0.5. So I used slightly curvy part of the pattern to connect it to the edge of the waist part. Then I cut this out. So this will prevent the center front from bulging out since we don't have butt in the front. So if you are using that, you should fold in your dart before cutting that out. But I'm not using that for my pencil skirt, so I did not fold it before cutting that 0.5 out. Then I'll go ahead to label this pattern the back, and I'll also notch the zipper part. You can see that the side back and the center back, they are looking alike. Yes, if you did not label it, you might not be able to differentiate which is the side back and which is the center back. So I went ahead to put a notch, and I'll also notch that same part, the zipper part, on the fabric so as to know the part where I'll be sewing the zip and also the part that I'll be joining as the side front. So we are done with the pattern of this pencil skirt here, and the back piece, we will have 2 pieces for the back. We have 2 pieces for the back, while the front will have center. The center will be unfolded. So The same thing I cut out on the fabric, I went ahead to cut the lining, and the lining is shorter by 1.5 inches. It's shorter than the fabric by 1.5 inches because I will be using the lining to turn the edge of the fabric. So I'll put a notch on where my sewing allowance starts from, and after this I'll go ahead to join this line to the hem of the skirt with 0.5 inch, and I'll pull it up a bit. I'll pull it up a bit, I'll drag it up a bit to where I have that notch at the hem, the notch of my sewing, where my sewing allowance starts from. So after turning it, here is what I have. So I have turned the hem, and I'll turn it out to the right side. So I use scissors to gently push it out. So here is what I have. This is the back piece. This is the one piece of the back, and here is the second part that I place on it. So I'm placing the zipper parts together down to the hem. So make sure the hem of this skirt are equal. So from the hem of the back piece, this back piece is the two pieces, I measure 7 inches. That is where my slit will started from. My slit will start from 7 inches downward, and I also mark 1 inches. I mark 1 inch and I sew. So that will be my zipper allowance area and to the slit. So I sew the 1 inch on that zipper part so that when I iron it, I'll have the crease line. So I place the front on the two back piece, and I go ahead to shape. So I'll measure my waistline, my waist divided by 2, because this center front is opened, and that is my hip line. I'll go ahead to take my hip measurement divided by 2 here, and on the hem as well, I'll also deduct the 2 inches we deducted on that, on our pattern, and I'll match this together. So here I'm going to sew from the hem to the top part. Here is the zipper allowance area. I've sewn this and have ironed it. So you can see the hem is equal. The hem of the center back are equal, and that is the slit. If you want your slits to open than this, you can as well go up more than 7 inches. But this is short skirt. I don't want the slit to be too opened. So after the slit, here is that extra allowance we have on that zipper part. Yes, on the hip part of the center back. Can you see? So this is giving us extra allowance there. That is where the boat will sit. So after turning out the shape, here is what I have. I've shaped the side of the skirt, both front and back, and this is what I have. This is what I have. I'll measure from one part of the zipper to the other part of the zipper part. So whatsoever I have here, I'll cut a straight fabric, another piece of fabric. So I'll be using another color of fabric so that it will be visible. Here is this plain black fabric. Then I have the width of this fabric as 5 inches. The band I needed is 2 inches, but I'll be using 0.5 sewing allowance. So I'll sew the edge of that. Yes, I'll sew the edge of the band and turn it to the right side. So I have 5 inches on fold, that is 2.5. So that 2.5, I will sew in 0.5 to the waist part of this skirt, and I will be left with 2 inches band. I'll start from inside of the skirt part, from inside the lining part. I'll pin this, I'll pin it all through and sew using 0.5 inch, the sewing allowance I left on the skirt and also on the band. So when I finish sewing, the inner part will look like this, and also I'll fold in the outer part of it. Yes, I'll fold it in. Yeah, I'll fold in 0.5 and stitch on it so that it will conceal all the rough edges. So I'll go ahead to fix the zipper, and here is what I have. Thank you so much for watching. Please do well to like this video, share and subscribe. Bye. See you on the next one.